You
to get
know,
it to you.
what I want to know is really, you have to come and check on me and see if I could take it or not, you know? And look at my meditation and see whether I need it or not.
I am not too sure. Once you leave the information, I guess they'll take it from there and you let them know your situation. Then they'll look into it and see what can be done.
Them and let them test
I'm not
myself.
sure the procedure. So just leave your information. Maybe the health center officials can help you with exactly what would take place. I'm not sure myself.
Secondly, I'll thank MTV. Very well. I've seen Batiste and...
Okay, so call them and tell them.
Yeah, Batiste
and others.
Julian.
Right, so call them and tell them thanks.
MT television, no.
Yes, so call them and tell them thanks, okay?
Yeah, they look
All right.
13 years.
Thank you very much. Let's see. Let me go back by WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says... Grenadians need to stop it. They want carnival. They don't want to wear masks. They want things back to the way it was, and they are not prepared to do what is needed. I think it should be mandatory for those serving the public. If you don't want to take the vaccine, find another job. When they're ready to travel and have to pay for it, they will also be complaining too. Let me see. Landline. All right. So let me go back by the WhatsApp. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, I would like the the parliamentary representative of St. Andrew Southwest to do something about the road. It is well overdue. I am talking about Pleasance in St. Andrew. Just remind me which representative that is. St. Andrew always confuses me about which representative for which constituency. So remind me which MP is for St. Andrew Southwest, please. Thanks. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Good morning, Blossom. How are you?
Morning, I'm good.
Right. I'm just calling concerning with that vaccine, right? Normal. They said that in taking the vaccine, you could still contract the disease and still spread it. Right? So if it is not that coverage, for me, I could take the vaccine and still contract the virus and still spread it to somebody else. For me, that's a concern. Because if you're demanding that all frontline workers should take the vaccine, in the same breath, the same frontline workers could contract the disease and still spread it, even though they take the vaccine. So for me, what I've seen as working and is the best thing to work is protection, where what they was said to do first. You sanitize, you wear PPE, and you protect yourself in that way. And I see, because it has worked for us, and it is working all now. And if we are free from the vaccine, from the disease in Grenada, no, we are free. Then, why is it then that you have to take a vaccine then to protect you from what is happening here? And the next thing I'm saying is that, why should I take a vaccine to protect somebody else? And that's what I'm saying. I should take a vaccine to protect me. So that should not be mandatory that I have to take a vaccine to protect somebody else. It should be, I take a vaccine to protect me. So if I see the need for protection, then I take a vaccine to protect myself. But I can't take a vaccine to be protecting somebody else. And this is what they are trying to see. To stay here, that hey, you need to take the vaccine to be protected. Even now, listen to Mr. Steve yesterday, and listen to him, and he say what he's saying. The same thing that we can expose the country to that risk. So that means if I feel that I'm not safe, then I will take the vaccine. But if someone feels that they are safe and the immune system is good, then I see no reason that I should be taking the vaccine if I feel I'm safe. And I don't hear nobody speaking about, okay, to build the immune system to say, okay, because like taking vitamin A, D, and C, which helps build your immune system to fight the disease. Okay. I don't hear nobody saying that. Everybody just keeps pushing and saying, take the vaccine. Yes, still the vaccine still is not 100% protective from the disease. Okay. So why push something that is not 100% protective from the disease? All right. And make it mandatory for me to take it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me see. Let me go. All right. So the information about eating your bright colored foods and building your immune system, that has as far as I am aware, has always been preached by our local health authorities. Dr. Francis Martin, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health, comes to mind immediately. That even just yesterday he was reminding us of the importance of building the immune system by eating brightly colored foods and fruits and vegetables. The vaccine, it is aimed at helping you not get sick and or dying from COVID-19. So as they've said, it's not protecting you from getting it or spreading it. It's saving your life is what the message is. The idea, and I'm just explaining as the officials have explained to us in case there are people who have missed it. The idea, according to the health officials, is that they don't expect 110,000 of us living in Grenada, Karakupichi, Martinique to get vaccinated. The aim is to get most of us vaccinated so that in the event, let's say, let's say Barbara comes in with the virus and she spreads it to her daughter, it would not get out of control like the situation we had last December, because not many people would be getting sick and needing hospitalization, ventilation, and possibly end up by our funeral agencies because of you're vaccinated, and that would restrict you from getting sick. The point of the vaccine, according again to the health officials, is to stop the widespread of the virus and to stop so many deaths and major sickness among the population. So it's not just because it's not saving you from getting it or spreading it, you shouldn't take it. It stops us from what happened last December, where things were cocoonious. Let's say it that way. It stops the thing from getting cocoonious. I hope that explained it a little bit better or a little bit more. All right, Facebook comment. Somebody says, I had the same vaccine you lot are getting in Grenada, here in London. I had my shot on Monday and I'm doing fine, no problem at all. Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Morning, Blossom. How are you?
Morning, I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Blossom, the vaccine. People is complaining about the vaccine. But as I say, after a while, if you have to go to the States or have to go to any other countries, you'll have to take the vaccine because they come out with the vaccine passport. Look what's happening in Israel, and it's spreading to the other countries. Right now, St. Lucia going into the vaccine passport, St. Lucia. So that to tell you, I guess because they doesn't have enough vaccine to give everybody as it, that's why they don't push in it that everybody has to take it, because the world doesn't have enough vaccine to give everybody. But it's going to soon happen that everybody will have to take the vaccine. They will tell you can't go in supermarket, you can't go there, you can't go there if you don't take the vaccine. That's going to happen in a while. Also, Blossom, that building in the road by the French area there, I call on the government who in charge, Ministry of Works, Planning Division, or whoever in charge. That piece of building they put in up the wrong corner. They should cut it and make it smaller.
Which corner?
Right by Limaki Mall. Where they put the thing right in the road.
Okay,
they put the thing right in the road so you cannot walk the sidewalk. You understand? But they should make that building smaller because that area they have. It's a corner, and I mean, yes, you're going right, wrongly, wrong's about now, not like long time ago you're going up. But they should make that building smaller. If planning past that, they should condemn part of it and make that building smaller because French and them want to use everything they have inside. Because usually, before they could have wrong the building, they put all little building around the back road in the back there. They will have to come and they to deliver things now because they can go through the building as usual. You understand? So I hope that the planning division and them could do something about that building, because when people was building the building in St. George, which was blocking the Anglican church, they had to cut down part of it because they say it was too tall. So I'm calling and planning to do the same thing with that building on the ground, please. Thank you very much, Blossom, and you have a nice day.
Thank you very much, caller. You enjoy your day as well. Facebooker says, Grenada never had a COVID-19 pandemic, so what is the issue? All the people with the virus normally be in quarantine until you are well. So confusing. Facebooker, I would have agreed with you had not the cluster last year happened. Had not that, how many cases did we get from that cluster? Was it 60 something? Had not that over 50 number of cases happened last December from the cluster, I may have agreed with you. Good morning, caller.
Welcome, good morning.
Morning, how you do?
Good, thanks.
Okay.
You know, I cannot understand how you could have a pandemic. You have a vaccine, and you make it optional for people to take the vaccine. It should be mandatory. People should be taking the vaccine. Everybody, especially your frontline workers, should be taking this vaccine blocker. And I think the Prime Minister said it right a few weeks ago. We having too much information, it's confusing us, and sometimes we're not making the right decisions. If I was in 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going in Nawasa's plant, and I'm just giving everybody the vaccine. You get up in the morning, 8 o'clock, everybody vaccinated. Yeah? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm picturing you just administering vaccine like you're going out as time. I guess it's just to ensure that people make their own decisions. That's why they're not making it mandatory as yet. The operative words are as yet. But they want to give people the option, and I guess there are people who it may not suit them because of other issues, may be health or religious or some other reason why they cannot take the vaccine. So I guess all that is part of the reason why it's not made mandatory. But it's just giving you your choice. We always like choices, and this is your choice, to vax or not to vax. That is the question. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning, how you do?
I'm okay, thanks.
All right, go ahead.
I would like to tell people about my experience. I'm 80 years old. When I was a child in school, we had TB in Grenada, tuberculosis. We had a TB sanatorium because we had so many people sick with it. They came to the schools, they gave everybody, they never asked anybody, you want it, you don't want it. In their medical centers, they gave it to people. We have no TB in Grenada anymore. Also, we had, at one time, we had polio. We even had what they call an iron lung in the hospital. When people couldn't breathe for themselves, they put them in this big machine. They vaccinate people against the polio. No more polio in Grenada. What is the big fuss about the vaccine now? You know, I don't understand. I think maybe if they were my age, they would understand.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. According to P.S. Martin, Dr. Francis Martin, yesterday, it could be that the other vaccines, like I guess the polio and even those that we take for the cold, for the flu, maybe because it's been around longer is why people trust it more. That's what Dr. Martin explained yesterday. And secondly, I think a lot of what has been titled conspiracy theories available left, right, and center in relation to the vaccine and or COVID-19, that as well is causing a lot of doubt in people. Like the previous caller said, a lot of information is out there. So I guess people read in A, they read in B, C, D, and E, and that's probably just confusing the masses. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, caller. I'm having trouble hearing you. I don't know if it's because you have maybe the radio or the TV on. Try again. Go ahead. Let me hear. No, I'm still getting a feedback. I'm not sure what the problem is. Try again. Go ahead. Caller, maybe you may have to try back because I'm getting a feedback. It sounds very far. I'm even hearing myself echoing, so I'm not sure if it's your phone or maybe the device that you're using. So just check it out and maybe try calling back shortly. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm from England, and my name is John. So hi to my loved one over there, Sharma. Now, just to let you know that Oxford vaccine is safe. I want you, the Canadians, your countrymen, to understand that it's one of the best vaccines in the world. I've got the vaccine. I've just had my first jab. It's a brilliant thing. So please, there's no mask of the beast or anything else. It is one of the best. Please, countrymen, I love your country. It's one of the best countries in the world. You've got a lovely people and everything else. Your countrymen needs to actually take the vaccine. No one's forcing you. It's do you a world of good, and you won't die. You won't get blood clots. You won't get anything. Okay, so please, everybody, take the vaccine, because if you don't take the vaccine, you will actually can't travel, you can't do things, you can't have your carnival and everything else. Now, I've lived in all different countries around the world, and your country is one of the best. Your government has one of the best governments around the world. It kept you lot safe. Better than England, okay? Now, English government don't do what they need to do. They mucked it up. Your government, I was over there in last year, 2 days before you actually closed your borders. Your country is one of the best countries in the world. So please make sure that all your countrymen, right, stop saying that the vaccine is rubbish or it's mask of the beast or anything else like that. I can tell you now, your government is one of the best governments around the world. Okay, so please take the vaccine, all right, everybody, because at the end of the day, you will be safe. Your whole country is one of the best, and no deaths, all because of your government has actually saved your lives. Not like my government. They don't give a monkeys about us at the end of the day. But I'm telling you now, your country closed the borders down right at the beginning, and it saved your lives. There's no mask of the beast. There's no SIM cards. There's nothing to do with Bill Gates. It's all a load of lies. Stop looking at social media. All right, it's all a load of lies. Okay, at the end of the day, no one's dying of blood clots or anything like that. It's nothing to do with the vaccine. So please, people of Grenada, right, you are one of the best countries in the world. All right, you're the most beautiful people, kind, considerate. Stop making sure that this vaccine is a mask of the beast, because it's not. It's there to save lives. You can have your first jab, right? It's not going to be 100%. No vaccine's 100%. Nothing. You still get side effects, but when you get the second jab, you're near enough protected, okay? Now, at the end of the day, even if you still had your 2 jabs, right, at the end of the day, you still might get the COVID, the vaccine, the virus, but you won't die.
Okay.
You won't die. Now, at the end of the day, people of Grenada, right, I'm going to say this to you all. You're the most beautiful people in the world, all right? Your country relies on tourism. Don't muck it up, because if you haven't got tourism, you can't live, you can't have food on your table.
Okay.
Please, I'm begging you all, right, at the end of the day, right, this vaccine is safe, and I've taken it, and, I've got my wife over living in Grenada. At the end of the day, she's taken it. At the end of the day, she's safe.
Okay.
And then, please, I beg you all.
Thank you very much.
Please, and just the last thing before I go, everybody stop slagging off this vaccine, and people, there's nothing wrong with it, and all you reporters and everything else out there, back the vaccine.
Okay.
Because your country needs you.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Look after yourselves, people,
Okay.
and everybody in Grenada.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Oh, that was a lot, and it's a good time to take the break. This is Open Line Thursday on To The Point. We'll be right back.
We understand it can be hard getting from the bus terminal to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium just to get your fresh fruits and veggies. But guess what? Your troubles are over. Enjoy a free bus shuttle from the bus terminal to the temporary market at the Kirani James Stadium
every Friday and Saturday until the end of March.
Let us buy local, eat local, and support our local market vendors.
Fresh from victories in the T20 and ODI series, the West Indies, under the captaincy of Craig Brathwaite, now turn their attention to the two-match test series. It's international cricket, West Indies versus Sri Lanka. First test, March 21st to the 25th, and the second, March 29th to April 2nd. It's cricket, lovely cricket, live on Classic 105.5 and 105.9. The test series, West Indies versus Sri Lanka, is sponsored by Grenada Electricity Services Limited, Spice Isle Imaging Center, and Republic Bank.
Greetings. This is Eugene Gattuso, and I'm inviting you to join me every Saturday morning from 10 to 12 on K105 starting March 20th as we bring you the brand new program, Grenada's Music to the World. We'll be featuring music from all genres by Grenadian artists at home and abroad. If you're a Grenadian artist and would like to get your music featured on the program, please send it to grenadasmusictotheworld@gmail.com. Celebrating our own Saturday mornings 10 to 12 Classic Radio beginning March 20th. See you then.
Friendly faces, sweet exotic fruits, fresh veggies, local spices. Just what you find when exploring our bustling Grenadian markets on Fridays and Saturdays. That is why GBN, Maggie, and Just Cool Media have teamed up with the Ministry of Works to bring you Maggie Market Vibes. Meet the people that feed us, clothe us, and keep the economy going. Plus, get your Maggie seasonings and other products weekly at the best prices. Maggie Market Vibes, live from markets across the island, Saturdays from 9 to 11 a.m. on GBN television and social media platforms. Maggie Market Vibes. Your Saturdays are about to be turned up.
Commonwealth Youth Awards Ceremony 2021, this Thursday at 8 p.m. on GBN TV.
Welcome back to The Point. It's Open Line Thursday here on the program. The landline number 435-2041. WhatsApp, it's also 435-2041. Only written messages on the WhatsApp. And you can also participate on the GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning, darling. I know where this night is coming from.
Oh, okay.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good.
As I was saying, the way how some of us behaving, they're making me feel to big up COVID, you know, because COVID didn't threaten nobody, you know. He just collapsed all the plane. No plane couldn't fly. Look, he locked down church. He locked down house, schools. Look at how much people out of a job. COVID just do it, you know. But now you're hearing if you don't take the vaccine, you won't be in front line, and you can't hold that. I wouldn't want you in my supermarket. COVID didn't do all that, so that's why I just want to big up COVID. COVID had him out and he didn't talk, he just do it things. So I find we getting like if we more than COVID, but I want to know. Have a good morning, my sister.
Thank you. You have yourself a good morning as well. I like that. COVID just do it thing. Let me go on WhatsApp. It's been a while, WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I want to give a big thumbs up to the I want to give a big thumbs up to the busmen for the great initiative they have undertaken. I especially like the center marking of the road. It is a big help, and I wish it could be done on many of the roads as possible. Pass this on for me, please. Thank you, and have a beautiful day. If you're talking about Grandans, as the most recent one that I know, some bus operators that ply the number 1 route, the south, and I think they were also joined by some other busmen as well. They were joined by soca artist Jab King, big up your whole self, as well as Minister of Infrastructure Norland Cox. And I think this is probably the second consecutive weekend. There was a weekend they did the markings in the road next to the entrance to Radisson, the building we call Ricks, the whole building we call Ricks. They did that one, and then last weekend they were on Wall Street area painting the roads and the markings in the roads. So I join this WhatsApper in congratulating the busmen for doing what they need to ensure that their own route is safe for not just themselves but pedestrians as well. So big thumbs up from that WhatsApper and myself. Another WhatsApper says, last Tuesday I listened to Miss Joseph, and I was laughing as to what she was saying in regards to what NNP is doing us. Talking, in my opinion, I think it's the other way around. I am from Lassages, and this sanctuary she is talking about is a waste of time. Certain times in the year when we went to the beach and looked at the pond was only a few waterfalls we saw down there. I am sure Miss Joseph never visited this pond in Lassages. Another thing she was saying is that everything NNP says is false and all NDC says is true. I think Miss Joseph and the entire NDC team should take a bath in the bushery between the salt and the sweet for them to win another election in Grenada. Oh, that is so harsh. The writer this morning that spoke about the road in St. Andrew Southwest, the parliamentary representative, is Mrs. Yolande Bain Hosford, talking about Pleasance in St. Andrew. The fixing of the road is overdue. Back to the landlines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, how you do?
How are you today? I'm good.
I'm good. Go ahead.
Blossom, I want to say that no institution in Grenada or establishment is above criticism. So if I could call the radio station and give my opinion, you should take my opinion as a criticism, whether or not it's negative or positive. Nobody is perfect, and there are institutions in Grenada that are not doing everything right. I never said they are not a good purpose, but I'm saying you are entitled to criticism as long as you're serving the public. Okay, Blossom, have a very good day.
Thank you very much. You enjoy your day as well. Somebody on WhatsApp says, why is it so hard to understand? The vaccine prevents you from being sick to be hospitalized and dying. Isn't that something to cheer about? Another WhatsApper says, how do we measure success of a vaccine? Is it if it doesn't kill you or make you sick? What if 10 years down the line it sterilizes people? Would you still say it was successful? Let us not be tricked because of fear for death that we have to take it, and if you don't die, then it's successful. The powers that be are on a drive to reduce population, and sterilization could be a part of this. Let the doctors know that they don't have all the knowledge about health concerns. There is too much information available for all, and they should stop playing health gods. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning. How you doing? I'm good.
I'm fine.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just calling to give my little views, just short. I just want to say that, sometimes I listen to a lot of callers. I'm a good listener. I've been listening a long time. But Blossom, what I observe, we need to be people of, if we say Grenada is a praying nation, and we are a nice country, nice people, friendly people, we need to be more grateful on things, right? To my knowledge, I know that the vaccine, a lot of people talking about the vaccine, so I will talk about it too. The vaccine, Blossom, I don't believe no one is being forced to take the vaccine. Blossom, I wake up in my house, and I went and I took my vaccine. My kids went and took it, and I didn't even know if they took it. Okay? And I take it, because I want to protect myself and my family and my friends, okay? And I love traveling. And of course, I will want to travel. Maybe by the end of the year, I will want to travel. But no one is being forced to take the vaccine, Blossom. Everybody go and take the vaccine on their own free will, okay? And Grenadians need to research things. They have the phone. Go on the phone, Google. I look up a lot about the vaccine. And there is no fake vaccine about fake AstraZeneca and the real one. I can't understand how these people coming up with this thing. And Blossom, one thing before I go, we need to stop looking at a lot of things we see on social media. Social media is the main ground for false news, and people putting out things there for people, and they're getting scared. They're getting scared because the things they see on social media, Blossom. Y'all need to educate people a lot. Y'all doing a good job, but y'all need to educate people a lot more and tell people no one is being forced. I work at a hotel, and believe you me, I will protect myself, Blossom, before I go back in the hotel. I'm protecting myself from the guests who will be coming in, and I'm protecting, and the vaccine is not killing anyone. It's protecting, it's building your antibodies. That's what I Google and I read, and I have knowledge about that. It builds your antibodies. So if you get the virus, you wouldn't die from it. Come on, it's logic. It's easy. A small child could understand that. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, Blossom. You're doing a good job.
Thank you very much. You enjoy your day as well. Somebody on Facebook says, at no point I can understand a trial vaccine should be labeled mandatory in Grenada here. Another Facebooker says, yesterday on a program up north, Sheldon Scott was saying that the union should wait. Government doesn't have the money to pay out. And if it was in the revolution, those who run in their mouth on the Prime Minister would have been in a dark cell. My response to Mr. Scott, if government doesn't have the 4% to pay out is because the 70,000 plus phone bill you run up and never paid back a cent, and if was in the revolution, you have to pay back that money or face jail time. So when you're living in a glass house, Mr. Scott, don't throw stones. I really need to remember to follow up on that phone bill, if it was paid. I need to follow up. Somebody on WhatsApp. Let me go by WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says the government has to be careful with this mandatory thinking with health workers. We already have a fragile health system. It might just shatter and won't be able to fix anytime soon. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning. How you do?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Okay, just speak up a little bit, please. It's sounding very low.
Not so bad, not so bad.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
My point I want to draw. A lot of people scared about this injection, right? Because we're not so sure if that is the first tragic we will go through. Are we so sure that is not the chip what is in it? We don't know. We don't know. Everybody's suggesting suppose it start from now. We don't know. So that's people scared because that is a talk what hitting all over the world. That to be careful, there will be chip. So everybody concerned. We don't know if it start from there. You understand? Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day. Somebody on Facebook says, geez, who want it, take it. And who don't want it, don't take it. I like my people. Somebody else on Facebook says, Blossom, you see, when this virus came out, we were told so much things about it. Now that the vaccine is out there, must be a lot of questions about it as well. If the bigger countries are questioning it, why shouldn't we? If people are having their doubts, you can't blame them. Just give them a chance to make up their minds. Remember, Grenada is only importing the virus. There is no virus here. I agree with the part on letting Grenadians make up their mind. I just want everybody to read all the material or get acquainted with the material. I'm just a little bit concerned that we only listening to one side of the argument, which is what is influencing people. It's not, for some people, it's not hearing both sides of the fence and making a decision. It's listening to one side of the fence and thinking that's the direction I need to go, whichever side they're on. That's a concern Blossom has deep in her soul. Another I'm gonna go by the landline. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Russell.
Good morning, how you do?
All right. Could I have a one after the program, if that's possible?
Okay.
If you're not busy, yeah. If you're not busy. What number will I get back on?
You can get me on 3033. That's the GBN number.
The same code, but 3033.
Yes. No, 440. 440-3032.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I think a child is a child act is of good intent to help men meet their obligations to the children they cause to bring into the world outside of marriage. But many women deceive themselves by thinking that once they have a child with a man, the child will get mined even if they are not married. They are seeing that many of the men are not minding these children, and the fight in courts to get them to do that is an uphill battle. As a result, some of these women have a few children on their hands and left to fend on their own. Young women should want to be married before having a child to safeguard themselves from poverty, etc. Okay, that one just catch me off guard. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, if the vaccine only spikes your immune system, then why not give us multivitamins instead? If that alone could work, I'm sure the multivitamin companies would have been preaching it a long time ago. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, my concern is concerning the vaccine, right? Now, the thing about it, as scientifically, it has been proven that a vaccine takes at least 5 to 10 years to be approved, right? Yes, we know the world is modernized and we have a lot of high sophisticated technology, but that doesn't rob from the fact that appropriate studies need to be done in issuing a vaccine, right? Now, these vaccines that they are issuing to us as Grenadians and worldwide, these vaccines are DNA vaccines. And the fact that these vaccines are still under study, it shows that it can be very critical to our health. In the sense that what I'm basically saying is that if these vaccines are DNA vaccines, right? No, your DNA is what makes you as a person, right? Your DNA is what makes you as an individual, and any alteration to your DNA can result in any form of the abnormality. So I believe that we as individuals have to be very careful in approaching this whole vaccine thing, because any wrong thing that happened to us, there is no liability. Nobody is taking responsibility for anything that happened to us. So we as individuals have to educate ourselves. We have to know what we're getting into. We have to know what we're putting in our bodies, because once you're in, there's no way you could take it out. So you have to make sure that you have proper information before you put these things into your body. And I firmly believe that there's a lot of things that they're not telling us, because number one, the vaccine does not give you total immunity against the virus, right? And that is fact. Number two, you can still catch the virus even though you've been vaccinated. Number three, you can still spread the virus even though you are vaccinated, all right? And the fact that there are new developments with the AstraZeneca vaccine, which is the vaccine that we have here in Grenada, with the clot and other issues that has been developing, that shows that there was not proper studies done with the vaccine before they issue it.
Okay.
Because if these things is developing now, that the vaccine has already been distributed, it shows that these vaccines are under trial.
Okay.
And there is a reason why they did not give people over 65. There is a reason why they did not give children. The reason why is because they had not done proper studies with people over 65 and children that is very young.
All right.
So that in itself shows us that they have not fully studied these things. And even pregnant ladies, they are still questioned in relation to them.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller. Somebody on WhatsApp says, in relation to the vaccine, our mind is confused with confusion. Another WhatsApper says, I think the issue with COVID and the vaccine is lack of education. Remember, the same attitude prevailed with HIV/AIDS. The infection is a new strain of the old coronavirus, so much would not be known about it. The Ministry of Health should take the lead, educating the people in small batches. A serious, comprehensive educational drive is necessary. The media shows alone won't work. Additionally, the COVID task force should involve people with the religious community, trade unions, student bodies, police, SGU, sporting fraternity, etc. It should be multifaceted. Maybe there are too many medical people involved and they see things with a medical eye. Good morning, caller.
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
I'm not here to promote or disabuse or anything the vaccine. I am going to take it myself eventually. I do not get out a whole lot, so I don't see the absolute hurry. But I think people should be allowed to feel the way they feel. Your feeling does not equate my feeling. If you feel bad about something, it may even be unreasonable. Some people believe you have spirit and ghosts. I do not believe that. But if they are uncomfortable with it, they are uncomfortable. Now, I spend a lot of time, because I am homebound, looking at everything. When I say looking, I'm reading everything I go, listening to everything about the vaccine and so. I will have doubt that 16 European countries, advanced countries, have doubts, and we are not allowed to have doubts. People saying everything is okay with it, right? You might, take for example, I am allergic. The one allergy I have is to peanut. I'm allergic to peanut. Everybody in the world eat peanut and not a thing wrong with them. That means nothing wrong with peanut. It is perfectly okay. If I eat peanut and I die, I may be 1 in a billion. But do not dismiss me as one. My family is going to feel away that I have died. I'm important to my family. I'm important to my friends. So while I may be 1 in a million, 1 in a billion, I am still important. Don't give me a statistics that say only these people die, or only these people get sick, or only that, and it is not. Yes, that is okay. It does not mean these people are any less important to the people. On the same thing of the vaccine, saying that it says that it stops you from dying and getting sick, getting horribly sick. We have had 154 cases here, to the best of my knowledge, 1 death. 6 in hospital. Without the vaccine, not a whole lot of people got very sick. Not a whole lot of people died, only 1. Like I say, I'm not telling you to take it or not take it, but let people conscious be the guide, and people educate yourself, read what you want to read. There's not only one side of reading. There are both sides. You listen, you read, you go on. Okay sides, there are a lot of nonsense sides, saying a lot of nonsense, and that is with everything. But please, people, this intolerance and this arrogance that you have to take it or else you're stupid, or if you take it, you are stupid, that does not work. And Mr. Steele, please, you are a very, very arrogant fellow. And believe you me, you do not have the authority and them things. I rather doubt you have read or listened or anything more than that about me. I am not claiming to be an expert. It's just a whole lot of people have access to a whole lot of things and therefore may know as much as you. And one final thing, sorry. One thing I haven't heard anybody saying until only Mr. Bernard said that Pfizer, Moderna, whatever these things, most of them are 95% efficacy. You know what that means? 5 out of every 100 people who take it, it wouldn't make a difference to them. They are going to get sick still. Okay. That is what the efficacy and the percentage says. That is what it means. I am not here to bash or promote.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks. You do the same. Somebody on WhatsApp says all public officers should be at the front of the vaccine lines. Teachers holding our students ransom, affecting their education. Thousands on the breadline with the tourism industry on pause. And people talking nonsense about the vaccine that would keep planes flying. Tourists coming and the economy is going to pay the same public workers. We really not a serious people. Mandatory vaccines. Another WhatsApper says, can you tell me when? Oh, okay. I'll answer that one afterwards. A program I have to schedule that the person is reminding me about. Let me read another WhatsApp. The government should tread carefully when thinking about making it mandatory for frontline workers to take the vaccine. They were operating without the vaccine and remained safe. What if they decide, if forced, a vast number of them resign? Remember, nurses, etc. can't be trained in a week. Good morning, caller.
Morning, greetings, my sister.
Greetings.
Yes, Mrs. Well, we living in a whole set of fear, from the first fear to this fear, and which fear we going in after this fear. You know? Because the world gets contaminated not just with a vaccine or just with something they call corona. The world gets contaminated with fear. And the fear comes from further than how we even look in, because it is a big, broad spectrum of things that involve one thing, and it's to control the mind of people. I always say we have to look through the history to see what man have in mind and what man capable of doing to people. And today is no difference. Just imagine how many scientists that deny the truth of a creator and in creation. Just imagine the same set of scientists developing all kind of stuff that they create as something they call death. You can see it, and they give the name virus. They call it corona. These people and them mentality cannot change. And just like they experiment to make it, put it out to see how it go work, it's the same experiment they're using to see if they could get it out from amongst people, which they don't have no authority of right about this time. As I say, we have to put our faith back in place and take out the scientific method that have us so baffled. Because they're baffling every human being on the face of the earth. Just like you see in the country, you have a few politicians that have the people turning around like a merry-go-round. So the whole world have some people who consider just a small fraction inside a room controlling all the minds of this little planet that we're on. Let's take control of ourselves and stop drinking bush for people fever. Faithful people, lift all yourself up and brave your children and them up. Get the fear out, drink the bush, eat the herbs, eat fresh food, drink good water. We are accustomed with hygiene. We blessed in this country. This country is not just like any other country. We're probably the smallest from Africa, and we have all what it takes from Africa here.
Okay.
Give thanks.
Give thanks. Blessings. Give thanks. Thank you very much. All right, it's time to wrap the program. Let me see if I can read at least one comment from most platforms. Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, some of these Grenadians don't know what they want. Everything they're complaining, the Prime Minister is trying his best for Grenada. You all are blessed. I'm in a next country and have to abide with what the PM says, and you don't hear no one complaining. Please stop. It's all over the world. On WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I can't believe the bunkum. I can't believe the bunkum I'm hearing from Grenadians. When we were babies, did our parents not take us to the health center to be vaccinated? If they didn't, we would have died from measles, mumps, tetanus, whooping cough, etc. All this nonsense is because of fear of a needle. Grenadians cannot be educated by simple, straightforward information. When we start dying like flies, then everyone will be running, bawling, where is the vaccine? Okay, one more comment. Close my eyes and press. This person says, I think people should have a choice in their life. Yes, we need to protect each other. When the vaccine was being developed, did they take into consideration persons' health problems? Come on, why did Germany ban the vaccine? Germany banned it for further testing. I am trying to recall. if they restarted. On Monday, I remember France, Martinique, and another country stopping or suspending the use. By yesterday, 2 days later, they restarted using AstraZeneca. I'm trying to remember if Germany was the other country. So they did further tests, resumed its use, and we are continuing. So thank you so much for participating in Open Line Thursday here on To The Point. Remember, there's no open line tomorrow. Please the Lord will be having a guest, the Farmers and Fisher Folk representative in the Senate, Mr. Roderick St. Clair, will be the guest tomorrow, please the Lord. So tune in to The Point tomorrow, please the Lord. And that's the end of my time for today. Thank you so much for participating, sharing your thoughts, sharing your opinions. I know there are comments on the social media and WhatsApp that I haven't gotten to as yet, but in the interest of time, I need to close here. Have yourselves an enjoyable and thankful Thursday. Mid-morning buzz is up next. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one, God willing. Tomorrow, God willing. Have a good one.